Hi, I'm Melissa Goodman, and welcome to the Melissa Goodman Show. I have an incredibly special lady here with me today, Kelsey Patel. She has so much going on with her business. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, the subscription box, you own Pure Barre.
Yeah.
She's a Reiki master. She does meditation retreats. I mean, I think I just put a dent into exactly what she does. I mean, there's a lot more than that, which she's going to tell us. But the first question I ask all my guests is that I get this opportunity to interview people in the health and wellness space, and that who are game changers. So what are you doing, Kelsey, in this space to change the game?
Well, first of all, kudos to you, because you are one of the people that I look up to in this arena. And you know, to be honest, Alyssa, it all has started with myself. My whole journey started with me being in physical back pain, having anxiety, having so much stress, that was the game I needed to change. First was focusing on me, and everything since then has been about helping other people learn to heal their own hearts. Because
I love that.
As you know, we all have so much going on in our lives, and we've all had such a journey. So that's really what my intention and focus is now in everything that I'm doing, is helping people to heal, shift, and uplift in whatever form that may be. And if I'm not the right teacher for someone, I send them to the people that I know in this field that are, but that's really my journey now.
So when you say heal your heart, I love that phrase, because I feel like there are a lot of wounded hearts walking around out there.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean, when you are out on the street, I'm just curious, can you just look at somebody and be able to tell? I have this feeling that you can probably just look right through because of what you do, and you know, the energy you put behind it, and all your training.
It's true. It's almost kind of one of those things where I feel like I can turn it on and off, meaning when I want to be really aware and conscious of the person that I'm with, when I'm in a session with someone, or when I'm leading a retreat, and we have these very intimate settings together, then I'm feeling a lot. But when it's, you know, going to Starbucks or going out in my daily world, every once in a while I can feel that because I'm aware and I'm attuned to it. And that's when maybe I'll get told to say something to the person, even if it's just like
a stranger.
Yeah, even if it's something as simple as a smile, and we start a conversation, and I maybe offer them just something as simple as, "You're doing great. Just keep going."
Oh my God.
And so with Uber drivers, with everybody, I've had these incredible, powerful conversations, not because I ever intend it. It's just a natural flow. So if you ever find me in the middle of an airport talking to someone and we're crying,
some stranger,
that's what's happening.
Okay. So did you ever think you were going to be doing what you're doing?
Oh God, no. I grew up in North Dakota.
Wow.
And it was very different. And I love North Dakota, and I love everything I grew up with. It's just, it wasn't, being spiritual or learning to meditate. We were Irish Catholic, so we were in a church every Sunday. Grandma and Grandpa were ushers. So I didn't grow up with this essence. And I tell people often, I really came crawling to these practices because much of my life felt very broken when I came into the work I do now.
Now, why was that?
I had a horrible relationship in Washington, D.C. I was working nonstop for the United States Senate.
Oh, goodness.
So stress. Oh. And I had really bad back pain. And back pain, as you know, and many of us in this field know, I never knew that physical pain was connected to emotions. People talk about stress, but I was never able to equate that stress could also mean emotion, which now I describe as energy in motion.
Wow.
So
people
who experience physical pain, I really, really connect deeply with, because I know it so well. My mother was going through depression and was in and out of the psych ward, and she's great now, and she's always been great, but she's dealt with a lot of stuff. And I took that on energetically. So you're
always empathic.
Yeah, I didn't know that though. You know, like I had no clue that that's what was happening.
Right.
Until I did, and now I'm very aware.
So working with people that are like heartbroken and have a lot of pain, physical, emotional.
Yeah.
You know, how long does it take for that person to get to see results with you? I know they're probably all different.
Yeah, I was going to say they are all different, but it's interesting. I can have somebody come in for one session and I watch everything in their life start to shift from that. And then others, I may see them every week, or they may come to one retreat. And I always say, and this is said in the most humble way, it's not about me. It's that I maybe give a mirror to someone of what is inside and what they're feeling and what they're experiencing, so that they can actually open it up. And I believe in
cracking open the shell.
Yeah. One of my teachers had once said, and I love this, it's our job to help crack open your hearts like a biscuit. She was from Scotland, and I loved that because it doesn't always feel good to open
vulnerable.
up. Yeah, it can be very scary, and there's a lot inside. But as you know, and I know in these practices, nobody, no teacher, no guru, no lover, no parent, nobody else has the answers for you except you. And I think that is something I always want to teach people is you're not coming to me or to any of us practitioners to heal you. The healing is always on the inside. And we just maybe help guide you through the process of getting in there.
Right. So we have the answers. Personally.
Yeah,
we all have the
of
answers.
Us. We have all the knowledge inside.
Everybody's always looking for, the answers from the doctors, from meditation, healing, whatever it is, but they're looking for you to tell them what's wrong.
And you know what that is? It's this essence where each of us is trying not to have to take the responsibility. You know that, and it's and I know it so well because I ran from it. I loved to blame. I loved to then shame myself or not forgive myself, and I was just running from everybody and everything that I was feeling inside of me. And finally, it was just like, enough. This is I can't go on like this, and I didn't know how. And that was when God graced me with wonderful human beings that helped guide me through the process.
So with doing what you do, because it seems pretty enormous, the amount of people you take care of, I think I looked on the website, you were sold out on one-on-one sessions for like 6 months or something, which is pretty remarkable, but I could see why. But how do you take care of yourself? How do you take care of yourself spiritually?
For a long time when I started, and I don't know if you had this experience as well in your practice, it was kind of like when I started, my ego was so involved of like, I've got to save and help and blah, blah, blah. And I just drug myself into the ground. And I was sick every single month or every other month with a cold, with, oh no, I got food poisoning, whatever it was. It was all these forms of not feeling balanced and well. And what I've learned is my ego tried to be like, okay, I can only do this many clients and do this many retreats and do this much da-da-da-da-da. And it was trying to give all these black and whites and draw this line in the sand of what balance and harmony really means. And the truth is that that's baloney.
You could say it.
Oh, can I say it? Okay. That is bullshit. I'm always evolving and changing. Each of us are. So the balance that I need every single week, every single month, every single year is going to be different.
Interesting.
And I'm sure you work with clients that are like, give me the answer. I want to know exactly what to do, how to do it, when to do it, where to do it. And that is the part that I actually, and I'm sure you do as well, try to teach people to disengage from. Because
I love that.
The black and white is very linear, and we are complex. And I don't want to teach people boundaries. I'm trying to teach them the opposite of that. This limitless way of being. And in that place, you have to be so present and allow yourself to choose and show up moment by moment, minute by minute, and say, what do I need now? Not yesterday, not last year at this time, now. That's presence.
That is so beautiful. We're going to take a break.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back. I'm back with Kelsey Patel, this wonderful, wonderful breath of beautiful light that owns Pure Barre and is a Reiki master and a meditation teacher. And she's going to tell me more about some of the things you have coming up and all the things you're doing. I mean, I know people can go to your website and see all this stuff, but can you talk a little bit about, what's happening? Yeah, what's happening? Because there's so much.
First of all, it's always changing, which makes me so excited. And I do have a lot of stuff coming up. And I would say it's all just creation right now. And I never thought that I was a creative person. I used to always admire the artists and even though I grew up as a dancer, I never thought that I was. So now I'm in this phase where I just want to be creating. And for me, creation is experiences. So I love creating experiences for people. Right. I want them to come in and walk out feeling different, feeling shifted. And not different like not themselves, different as if they've shed a layer of bullshit and of shadow beliefs and gotten a little closer to themselves.
I heard you're starting a subscription box.
Yes.
What's that all about?
I'm so excited, Alyssa. So basically, everything that I've been doing in my workshops and in my private practice, and even for myself, I've been utilizing certain practices with full moon and new moon and writing out monthly intentions for myself. I've been doing this for years now, and I've watched my life totally transform from releasing and from calling in the different energies and life experiences that I want. So over time, my clients would always message me or people would email me, okay, what's a full moon? What am I supposed to do? Or a new moon, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
So I created this box that basically has everything you need, not only to do these rituals monthly, but also has a beautiful scarf that supports these refugee women in Kenya and has all of these elements, has 4 crystals to work with for that quarter. It has a journal, it has meditations embedded in it. So this box is, I was teasing to my team, I said, I want people to feel like the doves are flying out of it. But it's really a box that is intended to help create this spiritual awakened in people at home, so that if you live in Arkansas or Ohio or wherever you are, or I've gotten orders from Europe.
I was going to say outside the country.
It really was important to me to create something where people had a one-stop shop, so that you don't have to go to this website and this website. It's all together.
To bring it all together.
Yeah.
So will it be quarterly, the different things?
Yeah, so it's quarterly. So you'll get one at the end of a quarter for the next quarter.
Okay.
And they're all going to be different. So they'll all be in the name of this spiritual awakened experience. But every box we're curating is totally different, and it makes me so happy that it almost feels wrong, that it's so exciting.
When does the first one go out?
The first one goes out October. It's going to be getting to people right on the full moon, the beginning of October.
Okay.
So it's October, November, December, and then and this is a very small launch.
Okay.
And then the second box will be for the new year. And the first in February and March.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I've actually never heard of a spiritual box or I've heard of all these
appreciate you saying that, because I'm like, I don't know if they exist or not. I don't
think they do.
Well, and I did it really because of what I was being asked.
Yeah.
It kept showing up for me. And whenever that happens, I'm sure you know this too, if I keep seeing a certain person or I keep seeing a certain city or something, when it keeps being called into my vortex, I know that it's messages that I am intended to create something from it. And again, because I'm human like everybody else, it's so scary to start a new business. And the fear, just because I do these practices, doesn't go away. It's just a whole new way of journeying through it.
You were talking earlier about, being a entrepreneur, a woman entrepreneur. It's not really easy these days. So I know a lot of women out there want to reinvent themselves and have a passion and a purpose. And I feel like you are definitely leading the way and helping them. But I guess what are like 3 things you can tell women out there that are wanting to do something that they love but feel like they can't, and that it's
all
a lot
the
of work.
excuses.
All the excuses.
Well, I would say first, yes, fear is real. And even at this stage for me, I still have it. And even hearing you call me a female entrepreneur, I'm sort of like, who? What? Who's that? Oh, you're talking about me. Meaning it's almost like I don't think about the fact that I'm an entrepreneur or, pioneering anything. It's really now, before it was.
Yeah.
And I was really stressed out back then.
Yeah.
Now it's more of, what do I feel called to? What do I feel inside of myself is pulsing with this energy to create or to give or to share? So the first thing I would say is try to get into your heart, not your head, because the heart and the head usually have 2 very different messages. The head will tell you, you've got to do it this way, and you should take this course, and then you should go get certified in this, and then you've got to make sure that you have this many followers on Instagram, and blah, 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 blah. The heart would say, I feel like helping children, or I feel like creating a dance class, or I feel like starting a small business for jewelry, whatever it may be.
Right.
Feel what is in here. That would be number 1.
Great point.
Yeah. And I've made enough mistakes from going from here that I'm pretty aware now of the difference.
Right.
The second thing I would say is start looking at how to work through the fear, because the fear is, and I'm sure you've heard this before, fear equals false evidence appearing real. So it's not that the fear and all the things that you're worried about are going to happen. It's just that you're using them as excuses to stay away from your truth and to not take responsibility for the path and the purpose and the being that you came here to be.
Yeah.
So look at how you want to work through those things, whether or not it's starting meditation practice, going to a therapist, or finding some type of a coach. I'm sure you've had some.
A lot.
I really do. I mean, people ask me all the time, you asked, how do I keep balance?
Yeah.
I have my team.
People.
I know I need acupuncture. I need to get my meditations in. I need to do my yoga. I need my oils, my crystals.
Yeah.
I know, and it doesn't always have to be expensive. It's not about that. It's just knowing what you need to nurture yourself.
Right.
So I would say find the practices that feel so yummy and so expansive for you, and maybe even scare you. Like people come to my retreats and they're terrified.
Right.
They've never
'Cause
been
they
out
don't
of the
know what they're getting
country, and
into.
we're in Mexico or
Right.
whatever it is, but that's hard. That's part of breaking through. And then the third thing I would say is just have faith. Is give it away. Once you start creating, once you start that process, then it's no longer up to you on how it's received and who receives it. You're doing what you feel called to, and that's perfect. And everything else, whether or not it leads you to someone else, maybe it leads you to your life partner or to a new experience, it's not about the end result, which we live in a culture that's very results oriented.
Right.
To me, it's about the journey and the process and getting connected to your heart.
So again, that heart. It's like really, that's a big part of life in terms of.
It's so big. To me, it's everything. It's when I know I'm too in my head, when I know my day is being led by anxiety or fear or control, that's when I know I have to get out of everything, off of emails, off of social media, off of all of it, and go back inside.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Those were such beautiful points for people.
Thanks, love.
So if you had to sum up, your wonderful mission that you're on, this life journey you're living right now, in one word, what would it be?
Healing.
I love it. That's mine too.
Is it?
Yes.
Get out.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, I love you.
I love you
so
too.
much.
Thank
You're
you.
amazing.
You are too.
Mwah.